Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A very quick video on a subject that comes up on my social media feeds a lot. Are carbohydrates the enemy for fat loss? No, they are not. Now, this is from a guy who believes in controlled carbohydrate, lower or even very low carb dieting for an awful lot of people when it comes to fat loss. I really do. Now, most of you will also know that at some stage I veer into carb cycling. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about the physiological effect of carbs, the hormonal effect of carb intake, none of this stuff. I don't want to talk about that. Are carbs the enemy for fat loss? I want to give you a clear answer. No. There are a number of people out there who benefit from adding carbs to their diet when it comes to fat loss. But almost all of you watching this, that doesn't apply for you, okay? Carbs for your average person, 20 to 25% body fat, wanting to get leaner, carbs are not your friend. Are you going to eat carbs and get fat? No, right? We're talking, by the way, good quality sources of carbohydrates. You're not going to eat a bowl of flaming porridge and get fat, right? Nobody got fat from eating too much porridge, but it will slow down your fat loss. It's not optimal. So, most of you go low carb to start with and then you carb cycle. Some lucky sons of bitches can eat carbs in every meal and get shredded. The younger you are, the more that seems to be the case. The leaner you are, 100% that's the case. The more muscular you are, the more that's the case. There are, however, some people, and I will use an example some of you might know, Glenn Parker, the guy who now works for me, who did the famous transformation. Glenn looks his best even when he's 6%, 5% body fat, when he's dieting on very, very, very low carbohydrates. Any carbohydrates, and he doesn't look as good or think as clearly. Different people, different approach. It's why you can never, ever go, this is the perfect way. You have to experiment when it comes to a diet. So, carbs, for most people, they are the enemy of early stage fat loss. But of course, the leaner you get, the more you can look to introduce them. Some people need carbs from the start. How do you know the answer? How do you know what to do for yourself? Well, if you're needing to lose fat, start your diet low carbs. Go on low carbs for a week. Gradually reintroduce carbs. If your fat loss isn't where it is, go lower carb and see what happens. If your fat loss accelerates, it's not as simple as that. It isn't as simple as that. But you need to see. If you go low carb and you're eating sufficient fat, because again, too many people, they go low carb, low fat, high protein. That's wrong. Low carb, higher fat. It's not necessarily super high fat. It's all about calorie intake as well. Medium protein is better. But if you go lower carb and you crash, and your calorie intake is right, and your energy expenditure is okay, then you need more carbs. You do. So you need to monitor everything. So you monitor performance, function, mental performance as well as gym performance, your body, and of course progress. So I hope that answers your question. Carbs are not the enemy of fat loss. They can be the friend for some people, but they can be the foe for others. But what I don't want you to do is automatically go, I can't have carbs because I'm trying to diet. It doesn't work that way. It's not as simple as that. We need them for a host of reasons. I'm not going to go into it in this video. I just want to leave this one message for you. Carbs are not the enemy for everybody, but nor are they everybody's friend.